Good afternoon, everybody. We're here today in Lewes on the Brighton Road to see this fantastic large 4-bedroom detached family home today. So I thought I'd wander you sort of inside and outside to give you a bit of an idea. So we are on, just to orientate you so you know where we are, we're on the corner of Barnhatch Close today and Brighton Road, and this is Brighton Road. That then if you lead down there, literally down the end of the road, 1 minute drive, you're on the A27, and then if you were to go up in that direction, that will then get you into the town centre of Lewes. There are a couple of bus stops on this road, literally a few hundred yards away from this house. Obviously takes you into town and all around the local area of Lewes, so a fantastic service that exists there. Walkable into town centre, walkable to the train station as well in Lewes. So we're here to see this fantastic 4-bedroom large family home that has exceptional potential to extend, which I'll obviously go in a little bit more detail. So we'll just start outside before we go inside. So you do have a very large garage, which we'll see internally a little bit later on in the video, but that is the door to it, which actually is automated and sort of revolves round the corner, so slides open essentially. And you have a large amount of parking at the front here, which is private. 4 cars quite comfortably, could be more, could be 5, 6, depending on how you configured that. There are options to put gates in here just to make it even more private from that road, but you'll notice as we walk around the house that road noise, although you can hear it now, certainly when you're inside the house and in the back garden, hardly notice it at all. So there is a bit of a walk round here where you can walk round to, I will just show you actually so you get a bit of an idea about how this sort of works, and then that gets you back to the garage. There is an option here to put maybe a garden room on here, so you are due south at the back, and obviously by the sheer nature north at the front here, so you could put a little garden room on something like that, or extend out a little bit further. That is actually the living room that window looks out onto, so I'll show you that in a bit more detail. So you have a little front area here, then that is the side gate that leads you into the back garden, and then lovely front door. So this property, it is the first time that it is on the market for 48 years, so a very rare opportunity for a house this size in this location to be coming onto the open market. Lots of history, with a wonderful family home built in 1929. Very, very solid house, and huge amounts of potential, which we'll sort of talk through in this video. So I'll just backtrack a little bit. Come into a hallway here. You have a downstairs toilet in here, which is actually a very sizable room. So if you wanted to create some sort of wet room with a shower in here, I would have thought that wouldn't be too much of a problem. Certainly sizable enough to look at catering for something like that. You have a little alcove here, perfect for your sort of hats, coats and shoes, for example. And then you go through into, from this hallway with a door. So that lots of original features in this house. So this is currently the dining room next to the kitchen. There's some built-in storage through there. This is an electric sort of wood burner effect, but actually kicks out a lot of heat actually. And then sliding doors to that side area where I was standing just a minute ago there in front of the garage. So this is where you could extend out. That is the living room window there. So some sort of garden room potentially you could look at adding on to that area there. But because you're quite enclosed at the front there, you wouldn't be overlooked. It's very private. And then next door to the kitchen is a couple of steps, or sorry, one step down to this utility space. Plumbing for the space for washing machine, storage cupboards, and then the boiler is just tucked in the corner there with the hot water tank as well. So nicely tucked away as a separate utility with sort of drying area, etc. So main kitchen. So as it is at the moment with storage cupboards and drawers, there is a cooker in situ, gas, so gas to the property and mains drainage to the property. There is a lovely pantry cupboard, which is very rare these days. So you may want to upgrade, obviously you may want to extend. So there is a potential for extension of the kitchen. Just through this door here, there is a little coal shed, original coal shed. And that has a shed, a gate that opens out back onto the driveway. So you have all of that area where I walk down to the front door there that you could extend out and make this kitchen a little bit bigger if you wanted to. You could also knock into this dining room as well, to create a sort of large kitchen diner. So definite potential with that kitchen area. Lovely original doors. Like I said, it's been in ownership for 48 years. It's really quite a rare opportunity to acquire such a big house with this amazing potential as well. So this is the main living room. So big enough for a huge amount of living room furniture. My clients have got a little dining room table there, so you could set up something similar in this to create a sort of living dining room if you wanted to configure it that way. And then this will go out into the garden in a minute, but this is another room that can be opened out as one. You could shut it off. It's currently got glazed French doors there, so you're orientating out to the side there where that side gate that I showed you at the beginning of the video is there. And then, so this could be a hobby room, a playroom, potential study perhaps. Very versatile in its accommodation and the flexibility of use actually this house. So as I said, this could be as a main living room, or you could have it as a living room, dining room, depending on how you configure that kitchen. This is a working open fireplace, fantastic stone surround, and you can just about probably see there, 1929, the year that it was built. So wonderful history, character features there. You've got the original hatch there as well. So that is the window that we're talking about, maybe the garden room coming out from, and then the driveway. And you'll see the coverage at the front there. So although you're on that Brighton road, visually, you really can't see the cars at all. And actually, I hope the video picks up that noise-wise, it's all double glazed, and you really can't hear that road at all within the house itself. So large reception room here. You've got some a built-in cupboard in through there, and then you're orientating out to the back garden through there. I know we are seeing it on a sunny day, but hopefully this video captures the amount of light that comes through into the house as well. So again, very versatile space. Could be a study, could be a playroom, could be a dining room possibly as a formal dining room if you wanted that configuration, or another use depending on what you wanted it for. So again, large room, very versatile. And this is actually a separate door to the garage. So I will just show you in here because I think it's worthy of showing you the space that is inside here actually. Sorry, I'll just see if I can put on. So basically you have this whole expanse. Now we are a flat roof above us, and I will talk about that upstairs, but there is, my client is under the impression that the footings when this garage was built were deep enough to take a second story. So there is potential to convert this single story, obviously retain it as a garage if you had the need for, but also to make this as another incredible room depending on your use. So currently those are automated doors that slide across on that rail there. I mean, huge amounts of storage, power and light in here, and then there's a slight dip in the height of the ceiling there, which again you could convert that back section as well. Great, one large room, couple of separate rooms with entry points from this side of the room or that side of the room. So you could create two separate areas, or you could even extend, as I say, at the top of that garage, which would create another huge bedroom upstairs, depending on your need. But this property offers that flexibility and future-proofing if you wanted to do that. So that door then closes obviously to the hallway. So we'll wander on upstairs. So 4 bedrooms, ensuite and a family bathroom up here. So one thing I will mention is there is an absolutely enormous loft as well. So if there was a need to extend, but you didn't want to extend above the garage or do any work on the ground floor, you could go up into that top floor. So the garage actually extends across all of this section of the property. Huge head height, perfectly feasible to do extension up there, and then it goes away along all of that roof line as well. So up there you will probably create a couple of rooms at least, an ensuite bathroom. It could be magnificent if you wanted that, but you wouldn't need to. Fantastic storage. Does have power and light up there. So yeah, if you just wanted a storage, you certainly got that. So I'll wander you through, because we're kind of here, one of the bedrooms. So this is the smallest bedroom. So this would be sort of bedroom 4 in its classification. So you have a sort of fitted wardrobe in through there. And then just to show you, that is the view out the back. So there's barn hatch close at the back, the roof line that you see. And then beyond you have the views of the South Downs there. So really from a overlooking point of view, we'll go and see the garden in a minute, but you can see those hedges at the back there shroud those houses from visually looking in. So all you see are those roof lines there. So an incredibly private rear of the house and also garden. This house, this bedroom 4 is actually pretty big. So certainly a double bed would fit in here with relative ease, and then also lots of bedroom furniture as well. So then next door bedroom has a sink in currently. You've got some wardrobe space in through there, and actually double aspect. So to the side and to the rear again, that overlooks the rear garden there. And then this is actually next door to the garage, so we're above that sort of room with the desk in, and that is the garage roof there. So you can see there is potential to extend above there, and then that actually goes and dips down to the back section of the garage down there. So again, potential to have a secondary story on that garage, and then that garage could be converted in itself. So great potential there. As I said, the loft as well. So if you had the need to make this house bigger, there are many options. So then around here, you have another double bedroom. This would probably be bedroom 2 in classification. So you orientate out to the side there. There are some built-in cupboards there. There is a fitted kind of wardrobe there, sink with some storage under currently, and then you are orientating along Barnhatch Close, and then that is the Brighton Road up there. But again, hopefully this video picks up, it's very quiet inside the house. So huge room, comfortably double, lots of room for other bedroom furniture. And I'll mention in a second, when we've seen the bathroom around the corner, there is an opportunity to create that into an ensuite, well, have an ensuite bathroom, should I say. So this is a huge linen cupboard. Really big, amazing storage. Very rarely seen these days, so amazing to have. And then currently there is a separate toilet and then a bathroom. So you have shower, separate bath, heated towel rail, bidet and a sink. So that is the wall of the bedroom. So there is potential again to knock that wall through and have this bathroom as an ensuite to that bedroom. You could even go one step further potentially and having a door sort of put in along here, so your entry point then into this sort of separate suite, as it were, which has its own double bedroom, ensuite bathroom, or even just retain it as a separate bathroom if you wanted to, and that great big cupboard there. This could become a separate entity completely. So if you had older children needing their independence or wanting their independence, an elderly relative, this could quite easily, with literally just an insertion of a door, be a complete self-contained kind of wing of the house. So I hope that makes sense. This is a very decorative kind of 1930s style enclosed, sort of enclosing off the upstairs, sorry, the staircase. So could section that off. And then this is the main master bedroom with ensuite and walk-in dressing room. So huge room in dimensions, orientates at the back. So you've got the view of the South Downs there. You've got the south facing light coming in. So to this side you have window facing the front there. You have some, actually quite a few, built-in storage wardrobes, cupboards, and up above as well. So certainly not shy of storage space in here. Could put a door on there if you wanted to enclose that off as a separate sort of dressing room. And then into the very large ensuite bathroom. So you have the bath there, heated towel rail, his and hers, sinks, some storage under, and window out the back, and then your toilet there. So great size ensuite as well. Plenty you could do in this room. So yeah, lovely master bedroom with ensuite there. And then that is just another window facing the front, which again brings quite a lot of light into this landing space, actually, in all honesty. So 4 double bedrooms upstairs, that ensuite, and then that other bathroom, which could be sort of separated off or used as the main family bathroom if you wanted to. Again, extension potentials that we covered as well with this house. So I wander you through into the garden so you get a bit of an idea of how that all looks. So to the side you have that side gate that is by the front door, just to orientate you back. Again, little side garden here. Great big terrace, actually huge terrace, so outside seating wise plentiful, alfresco dining, entertaining. You have so much space up here. There are a couple of pear trees, cherry tree as well, and you've got that beautiful magnolia tree as well. A really pretty elevation at the back here. This is the garage wall, and then rear garage door. So just to orientate you back there. And then the garden itself is large, good size, flat. You can see the trampoline in the background there, but yeah, certainly space for football goal, trampoline, if you had that need. You can see these hedges do wonders, as I said, from upstairs, about shrouding barn hatch close at the back there. But there is a little bit more at the back there to the boundary fence, so if you wanted to cut them back you would gain a little bit more space in the garden itself. Space in the corner potentially for a home office. You've got that, actually got quite a lot of space into that corner there, so something could be positioned there without taking up too much room in the garden itself. And then just to highlight again, as we talked about upstairs, about that next to that bedroom where you saw the flat roof of the garage, that is the garage, so you can hopefully see the potential there to extend the house out if you wanted to, double story. But again, that garage potential to incorporate into the house if you wanted to to create a myriad really of different uses. So from the perspective of where we are very close to the South Downs here, so numerous footpaths radiate literally on your doorstep here. So if you are a walker, you've got children, you want to get out into the Downs, you are in a perfect position here to do that. You're also in a perfect position for the town centre, as I mentioned as well. Train station is walkable probably in about 20 minutes, so that is certainly something that can be done, maybe slightly more in fairness, but you have that again on your doorstep. And then, as I said at the beginning of the video, the A27, where you've got road links directly onto Brighton, Eastbourne. You are the right side of town in order to be just on those road links if you wanted to. Lewes station obviously has mainline train links to London, to Brighton, and then huge amount of shops, restaurants, bars, community-led programs. So plenty to offer in the town itself, and a wonderful house, truly wonderful. Hopefully you can see that from this elevation here. Very different from front to back, I think. Actually makes it very different, very unique. Great potential to extend, as I said. South facing, plenty of parking, got your garage, you could convert that, you still got your parking. And actually, I hope this video picks up, the road is there, but it's not intrusive at all. So that concludes the tour. I hope that's been useful. If this property does look of interest, do please get in touch. My name is Jonathan from the Agency UK, and I can be contacted on 07876 256 896. That's 07876 256 896. Thank you for watching.